Guys, I see the big red microphone saying that I'm muted, so I apologize. Good morning. This morning, or I guess early afternoon, we have Christy Taylor here. She is the Community Engagement Supervisor for the Public Library of Youngstown and Mahoning County. So she's going to talk about what services are available through the library, how to get a library card, and I was amazed at how much is available through the library that you can even do even at home and online and not even actually having to go to the library. So I will have Christy then start her presentation. And I don't know if Guy had anything else to add. He was helping me on this also.
Yeah, I can help at the end, maybe direct some questions to Christy, for everybody that has some questions. But like Kim said, there's a lot of information out there. A lot has changed, with COVID and with the restrictions at libraries in terms of going to a library or attending the activities that they have in person. But they do have a great deal of information and resources online. So. Thanks for joining us today, Christy.
Of course, thanks for having me. Well, I'm passionate about the library, and I'm super happy to be here to share with you some of the things I love the most about the library. And I'm going to talk about probably a lot of things you didn't realize the library had available for anybody in the community to use. And a lot of the stuff you don't even necessarily need a library card to participate. So that's even cooler. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I did make a PowerPoint. Oh, can I share it?
Yeah, Ashley would have to allow that, I think.
Okay.
Is she on?
I'm working on it. Okay, I think you did it. If you want to try, it should.
Okay. Yep,
work.
I'm good. Thanks.
Wonderful.
Okay. All right. So I called it library services for you. Really, it's for anybody in the county, right? Actually, anybody in Ohio, even a visitor in Ohio can come and get a library card. Imagine that. So like Kim mentioned, my name is Christy Taylor. I'm the Community Engagement Supervisor for the Public Library of Youngstown and Mahoning County. That is a real fancy way of saying that I'm in charge of the library's mobile library services. And I'm going to discuss a little bit about that later. I'm a passionate supporter. Obviously, I have this job because I love being out in the community and sharing all the great things that the library has to offer. So first of all, the big thing is how do we get a library card? Let's get a library card. There's different library cards that you can get. The full service library card is for anyone ages 4 and up. This card provides you the ability to do the traditional library things that you normally think of that you would have at the library. You can come in and check materials out. You can borrow. We have Wi-Fi hotspots, so we call them MiFis. So they're little devices that allow you to get internet at home, in your car. I actually borrow one and I use it in my car while I'm driving, so my kids can do their homework on the way to swim team practice. They're amazing devices, and that's free service, and those can get checked out. You can also borrow a laptop within the library. You can come in and use the computer at the library. You can also access all of our digital services that we offer through through our library website, as well as our ebook and e-lending platforms that I'll also discuss a little bit later. We also have what's called an opportunity card. So I don't know the ages of everyone here. If anyone is under 18, this might be a card for you. You don't need a parent permission, or a parent doesn't have to be present when you get this card. It will allow you to get all digital services through this card, and you can check out 3 physical items at a given time with this card, and you can also use the computer in the library with an opportunity card. We also have a digital card, which is nothing physical can be checked out at the library. You can come and use the computer. You can also use all of our digital resources. So that would be books that you can read on your phone, or any kind of websites that we give you that you can get access to through the library, to learn different things or research things. All of that can come with the digital card. And you can actually sign up for that one online. You never actually have to come into the library to get that one. Okay. So what can you do with your card? Well, we already know the basic, like I said, the basic stuff you're going to do at the library with your card. You're going to check stuff out. And we all know that, right? But there's actually so much more that you can do with your card. But first, just a sampling of what you can normally get from the library. We have books, we have large print books, we have books in all different kinds of genres. We have kids books, young adult books, we have kids reading, kids learning resource kits. We even have little learning tablets kids can check out. We have video games. A lot of people don't know that we loan video games. We have PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. My son loves the Nintendo Switch games. We've probably checked all of them out at some time. Saves a lot of money too. We have movies. So I know Cobra Kai is a huge one people like to watch now. We have movies and TV series on DVD. And then we have music CDs. We also have audiobooks. We still have some on CD, and we also have other ones called playaways, and they're little, they're about the size of a deck of cards, and an entire book is loaded onto this little device, and you just plug your earbuds into the little book that looks like a deck of cards, and you can just listen at your leisure. Pretty cool little device. We also, like I mentioned before, we have those MiFis, which are the mobile Wi-Fi devices that will allow you to get Wi-Fi wherever you take it. And in general, our loan periods are about 21 days. The most notable exception right off the bat is that our movies are only 7-day loan periods, just to make sure everybody has a chance to see all the latest and greatest movies. So like I said, this is just all the basic stuff you might expect if you walked into a library. These are the things you're going to see. But I'm going to discuss with you some exciting services that we have that you might not have heard about. And one that's very near and dear to my heart is special delivery. I have a little video here. I actually made it this summer for a different project, but a lot of the ones that I'm going to show you today fit for this presentation. So how does special delivery work? It is a library service where we mail your items to your house for free. Doesn't get much better than that. As you can see in the video, we package them up, and this can be things that you have requested to get sent to you yourself. And you can do that by calling our library main line number. And you can also reserve things if you like doing it yourself. You can reserve things online on our library or on your library card account on our website. So our special delivery team packages them up, gets them into the US Postal Service, and the postal man will drop them off at your apartment or your house or wherever your residence is. They'll drop it for you, and all you have to do is, when you're ready to return it, you'll put your items back in that bag that looks exactly like that, and you'll flip the mail tag around so it has our address facing out, and you would put it where your mailbox or where your mail is received, so the postman can see it. And the Postal Service is very familiar with their bags. We send out hundreds and hundreds a week to people throughout the county for them to get their library materials at their house without having to leave their house, which is a huge thing right now, especially when COVID really came thundering through last year at about this time. The library shut down temporarily, but the first thing we really made sure we got back up and running very quickly was our special delivery service, because we knew there were going to be a lot of people that were going to really depend on still getting library materials, either for their education or for their enjoyment, or just to keep them, their minds mentally going during a difficult time. There were a lot of people that were depending on us during that time, and it is a great service. I worked in this department for several years. A lot of great people work there, and I actually let's see if I can. I'm going to go over here because I did put the phone number in the chat. Let me see if I can get it back up without it being too difficult. Maybe I can't. I'll put it in at the end. When I go off of my screen here with my presentation, I'll put that phone number in for special delivery into the chat. So who qualifies for special delivery service? Well, anybody 65 and older automatically qualifies, and also anybody regardless of age, if you have some kind of medical related limitation, and it could be physical, mental, visual, hearing, anything like that. If you have a limitation that prevents you from getting to go to the library like you would like to go to, even if it's just temporary, you can call our special delivery number and see if you qualify for the free service. And then, as you see here, we can mail books, movies, music, CDs, and magazines. The things that we cannot mail are video games and those portable internet devices, just because not only are they fragile, but they're very expensive to replace. So those are really the only two things that we cannot mail through this service. And also you can, like I said before, you can reserve all of your items yourself via calling or on our website, or when you go to sign up, if you wanted to, you call our phone number and our librarians would discuss with you. They can also pick things for you that they think you'd like. All you'd have to do is give them an idea of what you like to read, or what your favorite movies are, or what movie genres you like, and they do a really great job. This is their only job, is to pick stuff for people and send it out. So they really take it seriously to find materials that they think that you will enjoy. So if you want to just do it that way and see what happens, I highly recommend it. Okay, so now that used to be the most near and dear to my heart at the library. And now that I do mobile services, guess what is the best service the library has? Of course, I'm just a little bit biased. It's our pop-up library. Like I said before, I am in charge of the pop-up library. And what is the pop-up library? It's a mobile library service. So yes, it looks like a bookmobile, but it's way cooler than the old school bookmobiles because it's got polka dots and it's really cool inside. And you'll see in the video in a little bit what it looks like inside. Right now, we do not let people on whenever we take the van out because, as you'll see, it's very tight inside the van. There's really no way to get a good, to adhere to COVID protocols, to get a good social distance between people in order to have more than one person, as well as us on the van looking at the materials at one time. So unfortunately, we can't have people on, but we're very adaptable at the pop-up library and at the library in general. So what we've kind of devised is a system where we are still going out, and I don't know if anybody has seen us yet, and I'd like to hear if somebody's seen us. Maybe at the end we can get a shout out of who all has seen us around town. But what we do is this setup that you'll see in this picture here. This was actually us we did a music festival in North Lima over the summer. We do it on all outdoor service model. So right now it's kind of tough. We'll still be outside. We're not as busy right in this last 2 months, but we're gonna start getting more and more out as the weather starts to gradually warm up. But it is all outdoors. We have, as you can see on this picture, there's trucks with books. We bring video games, we bring movies, comics, all different kinds of things on the book trucks for people to check out, a great selection of things. And then at the table, we can sign you up for a library card. You can ask us questions. We'll reserve materials for you to pick up at other branches if you want something that you don't find on our carts there. So we can do all kinds of stuff from our mobile van. And you can find us at, like I mentioned, parks. We go to schools in a normal year. We'll go to into schools multiple times a month to bring books to kids in school. Now schools are limiting that, so we have restrictions on that. We go to businesses, recycling centers, anywhere where there's sure to be people. Music festivals, neighborhood community centers. We do flea markets. We'll do all kinds of local events. You know, anything that's just a one-off kind of fun thing going on downtown, we're there. We try to bring our pop-up library all around the community. We go in all corners, far, near, close, downtown, out to the rural. We try to do everything. We want to make sure everybody in the entire county can experience how great the library is. Okay, and that's okay. It just skipped the last slide, but that's okay. I'd already mentioned just kind of going over what we can do at the pop-up library. But also at the pop-up library, we can do some programs, like we'll do story time sometimes, and we'll have games sometimes that we bring to different events. Okay, that's it about the pop-up library, and keep my mouth shut about that now. But if anyone wants to ask questions later, I'll be happy to answer. Another service we have that people might not realize we are doing right now, and that I think we'll probably continue to do for a long while, is the curbside pickup service. And this is much like you would get your groceries and such at Walmart. You would reserve materials either on the website yourself or calling, and they would be available to pick up. They put them in your truck. It's contactless, so it's really convenient. It's only available, and I don't mean only, it's available at a lot of locations. We try to spread it out so it's accessible to a lot of people. Austintown, Boardman, Canfield, East, Maine, Michael Kusalaba, which is on the west side, Newport, which is on the south side of Youngstown, Poland, Sebring, and Tri-Lakes. Okay, and moving on to another service that is really super duper cool that I don't know most people are familiar that the library has right off the bat, is our makerspace, at our Michael Kusalaba library. And what is a makerspace? Well, it's basically, our makerspace is a bevy of different machines and equipment that can make or design all different kinds of cool things. And I'm going to show you a video in a little bit, and I'm going to talk about all the different machines we have, kind of briefly, just to give you an idea of what we can do. And the makerspace, you do have to sign up for using the machines, but once you pass an online orientation about how to use the machines, you have free use of the machines, and a lot of them don't cost anything at all, because you can bring your own materials and just use the machine and do it all that way. Some of them require you to purchase materials while you are, just because we order specific materials depending on which equipment you're using. But we have, if you want to start at the top, you can see we have a button maker, and I have personally used this one before, and it is the coolest thing because I designed, I actually made some buttons for my daughter's 7th birthday. I designed her little picture, and I made happy birthday on it, and I made all the buttons, a button for each kid who came to her birthday party. And I think it's only like 25 cents a button. I mean, it's amazing. So if you had like a family reunion or a party or well, I don't know who's having a family reunion right now, but maybe eventually down the road. It's an amazing, cool, easy to use gadget. And then it's a 3D printer. I don't know if anyone's seen one of these machines, but you can, you feed in a spool of, it's some kind of polymer plastic, and it actually uses a computer design to create a 3D object. I've seen them make a 3D representation of the library using the 3D printer. It's very neat. We also have a laser engraver, which will engrave wood, glass, leather, different kinds of material, and it can etch designs into glass. You can make a coaster, you can make a bookmark, very cool. We also have a laminator, so if you ever needed a poster or a special document laminated, it's just like a regular laminator, what you think, it's that clear kind of plastic stuff that would seal a document to preserve it. We also have media conversion equipment, which is very cool because I don't know about anybody else, but I have a lot of VHS tapes and cassette tapes from the good old 80s and 90s that I still like. And with the media conversion equipment, you can convert those old types of media to like a CD. You can turn a VHS tape into a DVD, all on this machine. We also have, if you look on the right-hand side at the top of my little diagram here, a sound studio. I don't think a lot of people know we have a sound studio. Right now it's currently closed. We're hoping to get it up and running soon. But there's a piano in there, there's guitars, there's drums in a soundproof room. You can mix your own music, make your own music. There's microphones. It's really awesome. And like I said, hopefully they'll find a way to get that open and available to the public again soon. We have design computers as well that have special software for digital design. And then we have a Cricut maker, which uses a computer with software to create a design, and then you can cut paper, felt, vinyl, fabric, any of those types of materials. You can cut that design into those materials. And a lot of people use it to make cards or for scrapbooking, that type of thing. We also have a vinyl printer where you can make your own window clings, or you can make banners, you can make signs printed on vinyl, and you can also use those vinyl printed out they're little flimsy sheets of vinyl, you know, with your design on it. You can use it in our heat press, where you can press that design using our heat stamp to put your design on a t-shirt or on a cloth book bag. You can put it on a hat, a mug, all different kinds of things. So the heat press is pretty versatile in what kind of design it can get onto those different items you might have. Okay, so the next slide, I have just a short little overview of just a few of the machines we have in our makerspace. But it'll be kind of cool how you'll see we have a lot of experts at the Michael Kusalaba branch that are well-versed in using the machines, helping people use the machines. They make stuff all the time. It's pretty cool. So this is the laser engraver machine, and they just made a coaster on cork. And then there's a way to attach a different piece of equipment onto the engraver to engrave the glass. As you can see, someone made a happy 50th anniversary glass. And now this is the vinyl printer, and they're going to use it on the heat press to make a bag. So that's the printer printing the design. She's going to stick it on. As you can see, it's on one of those cloth drawstring bags. She just sticks it on there, and then here comes the heat press. And then once it's done, I mean, the video sped up a little bit. It's not quite this quick, but it's fun to do. And then you can see, you can make bags, like I said, bags, t-shirts, mugs, all different kinds of things. And now this is the Cricut machine where it can cut out your design onto, looks like she's using cardstock here, but it can also cut out your design onto felt or vinyl, fabric, anything like that. So you program your design in the computer and it will, just like that, cut it out for you. And I think that's the last one on our video. Okay. Okay, so on to digital resources. So this is anything you can use at home on your computer or on your phone or on a laptop, tablet, iPad. It's accessible with any of those types of devices. So you can borrow ebooks. So it's basically like reading your book, but you know, the book will show up on your device. Same thing with e-audiobooks. It's all electronic through your device. We also have streaming music and streaming movies, which I think a lot of people don't realize we do. It's, you know, your movies aren't going to be your new releases, like the new Wonder Woman movie. No, we don't have that, but we have a lot of good options. We also have digital magazines because a lot of magazines are going out of print right now. So a lot of them turning over to digital. So we have a lot of access to digital magazines. We also have digital learning resources, such as databases and language software and more. And I'm going to kind of just touch upon all of this pretty quickly. And if you have questions at the end or about anything that you've seen here, I'll do my best to try to answer. So this is our library website. Everything that you would want to access is going to be in this blue bar. Let me use my cursor here. All up here, our happenings is going to discuss what we have going on at the library. Our collection is going to be if you wanted to search for something in our catalog, and this would be like, this could be physical materials that you could find in the library. And also, you'd also find access to our digital like ebooks and e-audiobooks collection through there too. Now the research tab will provide you access to more of your learning resources. So if you wanted to learn a language, this is where you would find that database under that part. The rest of our website, just briefly, if you can see, is just, you know, the majority of it is just what is exciting going on now, featured videos, like we have tax, free tax prep going on right now as well. So Overdrive is our software that we use for our ebooks and e-audiobooks. This is basically what it looks like. And this is just cream of the crop. All your latest books are going to be in here. If you have favorite authors, we have kids, young adult, all different genres, lots to choose from in here. They also have an app that you can download onto your phone. I use it all the time when I'm working out at the gym, load my book on there and I just go. Like to read when I do the elliptical. That's great because I know a lot of people like to do everything on their phone or on their device, and this is a great way to continue to read or listen to books using your device. And now Hoopla is how we can stream music and movies. Actually, Hoopla also has ebooks as well as e-audiobooks, and even has comic books. I remember when I was a kid, I used to love to read Archie comics, and those are all on here. So if anybody likes that kind of comic book stuff, search for it in here. You might be able to find it. But this is a pretty cool resource. Like I said, it's not going to have the newest release movies in general, but it has a lot of good choices on a lot of different genres. It does have the newest music releases, which is pretty awesome because I've gone on here several times when I know an album came out and say our music CD, the actual CD in the library is all checked out. And there's a whole list of 10 people. No, I can go right on Hoopla and get it and stream it right there. And I can even download it. If I know I'm going to be out of like cell or Wi-Fi service, you can download it onto your device as well. They also have, so you can access this on your, on like a regular computer through the website that Hoopla has, or you can download an app. Hoopla has their own app, of course, for your phone or if you use a tablet. I'm just going to highlight a few of our learning resources because some of the favorite ones that I think are really cool. Lynda.com is a learning, has a variety of learning courses. And so these, like if you, I screenshot this from my computer, and when I click on library, if you see the tab up there next to Lynda.com on this screenshot, you'll see all the different choices of the different categories of things they have. So for instance, like audio and music, it can actually give you music lessons, but it also can teach you how to use different music software, can show you how to mix music. And then like, for instance, the 3D and animation, if you were to click on that, you can see that you can take courses on how to do video game design or how to do visual effects or how to use Photoshop. And so just if you just briefly glance at all the different categories they have, there's a lot of great choices, but also they can go, if you can see right here under their category of software, right in the middle of the screen. They also have courses on how to use Excel, which I've been meaning to do because I am not the best Excel user. But they have courses on how to use Excel, and it's a series of courses. You can go as in-depth as you want. So they have Excel, they have PowerPoint, just to name a few. They even have how to use YouTube if you want to start your own YouTube channel. They also have how to use Twitter or Facebook. So if you ever wanted more information on how to better use those formats, you can take one of these courses, and it's all for free. You would just have to put in your library card number and you get access to all this. Something similar is called universal class courses. Now these are a little bit more broader because they have and a little bit less technical. They have math tutorial classes, but if you just look briefly, you can see they have parenting classes. They have classes on religion. They have classes on how to take care of your pet, history classes, how to do it yourself. I mean, there's a lot of great things on here. There's never enough time for me. I'd love to do all these courses. But if you ever have any free time and wanted to learn something new, Lynda.com as well as the universal class courses are the way to go, all free. Another thing that I've been meaning to do that I don't have time to do is use our Mango language learning resource. As you can see here, I just picked a language and I chose Japanese. And if you look on this left-hand side of my screenshot here, You can see all the different, it does introductions, connections, community, life. So those are just topics of what they're going to teach you in that language during that lesson. And they have multiple lessons within each topic and multiple chapters within a lesson. So it's very extensive. So it's very similar to kind of Rosetta Stone, if anyone's ever heard of that. But Mango is a great resource if you ever wanted to teach yourself a new language, assisted by Mango. Before I go on to Library Anywhere, a couple of our other digital resources we have some genealogy stuff, automotive repair, and career resources, and so much more. You can get lost just kind of surfing through our website about all the online resources we have. We also have a specialized reference department that if you ever had questions on how to use any of those resources, as well as if you wanted reference questions answered, you could call them. That's what they're there for. They'll answer to the best of their ability, whatever you put to them. They're very great. Now, just briefly about Library Anywhere. This is a program that we kind of jumped into once we became closed with COVID. We developed Library Anywhere so people could still benefit and use library programs without actually having to come to the library. We are doing very limited in-person programs in the library right now, nothing like what it was. We're hoping to start getting more back, hopefully as the world turns. But right now we do a lot of programs virtually through our website and through Facebook. We also do programs over Zoom, which is our format here. And those would be closed, basically like closed meetings of, say, book clubs. We also have an American Sign Language Club. We also have classes that you can take over Zoom, such as coding or dealing with grief. And those are small classes that people sign up for, and you are with your librarian who is going to help you learn or discuss the topic of that meeting. And no library require, yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We only have about 5 minutes left because we only have a 40-minute Zoom meeting.
Okay, sorry.
So no, that's all right. I just wanted to let you know so that if there are any questions, we could answer those. And then we would definitely like to have you back because there is a lot of information.
Okay, yes.
So we can definitely schedule something else.
Okay.
So you want to finish up what you're saying? Then we'll maybe, there are a couple
sure.
questions.
And I'm just going to tell you that there's no library card required to participate in any of our online programs. And I'll just skip through the last because there's cooking, there's how-to, we have book connection, find your love match in a book programs. We have a live game night that we play on Facebook. I do that one. So this Friday night at 7 o'clock, if you're on Facebook, come to the library with the library Facebook page and we will play a live game. We have sewing programs and that was it.
Okay, sorry. Those are great. And obviously all that information is online and on the Facebook page.
You mean what I just?
Well, I mean, basically everything in the program, but especially the stuff at the end here.
Yes, yep. If you just go to the library Facebook page, there's
Facebook, and there's a calendar,
dozens of videos, posts, programs, information. Okay. Yeah.
Great. So any of you that are on Facebook, you might want to join the or friend at least the Youngstown Library or Mahoning County Library.
You can follow us and we'll show up in your feed.
Okay. And there was a question here.
Okay.
And you may have explained a little bit about this, but using a library card, can you access like online books through?
Yeah, that would be the Overdrive app. The Overdrive, it's either an app or you can access it through our website, and that is basically the platform for getting the ebooks.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So then they could access Overdrive or look up Overdrive's app.
Yep.
Okay, and then download that, and they can use their library
if they had a card, and they can look up in their app store for Overdrive, download it, put their library card in, and they're good to borrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. There was another one that says, I don't know, I'm going to need some help with that. I'm not sure what that's referencing, but there are a lot of resources online, but they can call the library as well to ask questions or.
Yep. Okay. And I put that the special delivery phone number
I saw that,
in
yeah.
the chat. That's if you wanted to sign up for that free mail service, or you
Okay.
can call and see if you qualify.
And maybe, would
that
you be
is-
willing to send that PowerPoint that you presented to
Yeah,
us
for
as
sure.
well, that we could
Yeah.
maybe put a link on one of our
Yeah.
sites or something like that? Okay.
And I didn't time my presentation, but I know I can get very animated and excited and go on and
No,
on.
you were.
I apologize for being
No, you don't
long.
have to apologize. We just have a 40-minute time limit, unfortunately, and if it ends,
Yeah, I
then
get it.
everybody gets kicked off. But
Yeah.
but I think there was
Yeah,
a
my
great
bad.
deal of
Sorry about the
information.
text.
What's that?
I'm sorry about the text I sent.
Oh, no. Do you want to explain yourself a little bit more, Valen? Or
I'm
what
all
your
right.
question was referencing? You sure?
I'm okay.
Okay. Well, always know that, you can go to the website or to, the phone numbers that you listed in the chat, which are, let me scroll down to that. For the special delivery, it's 792-3869, and then the central.
The
that's right.
central line for the main line for the library is 744-863.
8636,
And then I put the website.
I see the website, and the
Oopsie, and I
website
spelled it wrong.
for libraryvisit.org. So www.libraryvisit.org.
Yeah, sorry, I missed an R.
No,
the
that's
first
all right.
I put it back in there correctly.
It's always Google. You can always Google, and it'll
Yeah.
get you there. So
Yep.
that's good. I think that's all we have for today. I know there was a lot of information, and I definitely think that, in talking to Kim and myself, we think that, this could work out where, depending on how much longer this lasts, we might be able to do this on maybe a monthly or every other month kind of basis for any more information or new information that that may be available to our individuals out there. So this is a great resource. There's libraries all over the county. There's lots of information out there. They have lots of stuff that's free for anybody to use, to come and enjoy. And then when COVID's all over, hopefully, the hours and the visitation will change, and people will be able to go into the library themselves. So, okay. All right. We have a meeting scheduled next week. I'm not sure of the topic, but we do have something scheduled for next Monday. So hopefully
I'm all right.
join us.
I'm all right. Nothing to say, no matter.
All right. Everybody have a good week, and we will see you all next week.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thanks, Christy.